Hello, everyone. How is your day going? It's probably your weekend. How's your Saturday going? And I'm sure most of you are watching this right now, Pacific Standard, Eastern. I'm just about to pull up my video, but right now I just wanted to greet you, and we'll be starting right now as soon as you guys come in the room. As soon as you get here, please let me know where you're from. Also, I'd like to know a couple things. One major thing is, are you a consultant? Are you an expert? Are you an existing author, product creator, or service provider? And as such, have you ever created a book? And have you thought about creating a book? Let me know. Let me know if you've ever thought about creating a book or have created a book. I'd love to know. Okay, so you should be coming in the room right now, and yeah, just let me know. Let me just make sure my sound is on. Okay, Snowball. So you should be able to hear me, right? Yeah, you should be able to hear me. Okay, let me just make sure. Are you an expert? Yeah, perfect. Okay, so I can hear myself. Great. So hi, how's it going, everybody? It's Casey. And now you're probably just entering into the room right now, and if that's the case, awesome. And I can't wait to talk with you more. And as I said, once you come to the page, I'm just looking down here on the page itself, you are going to simply start putting in your the information I just asked. So if you could let me know where you're from and also what your business is, and if you've ever created a book or if you've ever thought about doing a book, okay? Because that's what we're going to talk about. I'm going to be sharing in a completely transparent way my experience with writing a book, okay? My complete positives to the negatives and everything in between, essentially, okay? So again, as I said, go ahead and put in the question. Let me know if you are here. Right now, I'm just logging into my Livefyre right now. Okay, so now just log me in. And now let me just make sure that I am turned down. Save password. Yep, that's fine. Okay. And let me just listen to make sure my volume is good. Good. Okay, so you guys can hear me. You're probably coming in now. And as I said, go ahead, put that answer below. Are you an expert, consultant, author, or coach? And have you ever thought about being a best-selling author? Let me know. Because that's really what we're going to cover here. I'm going to tell you about what I've been doing for the past day, actually, I'd say about the past 72 hours, because I decided that I wanted to write a book and get it into a best-selling status in Amazon in about a week. And I'm going to share with you what happened. I'm going to be completely transparent about it, what I did, and where it's at now, okay? And to start this ball rolling, I will mention this, that I, right now, currently, it is ranked. Let me just make sure that I have this ranking correct. Right now, currently, it is ranked right now. It's at 3,807 out of in the overall Kindle store. So what that means is it's the Amazon bestsellers rank. Okay, my Amazon bestsellers rank right now is 3,807. Okay, now when I first started promoting my book, I think I was at 22,000. Was my Amazon bestseller rank. Now, you might be wondering, what is the Amazon bestseller rank? How does this work? Well, it simply means that out of all the books in Amazon, I'm ranked number 3,807 in the bestsellers. Okay, so essentially, it's a good thing. It's actually a good thing. Like, I went from at around 22,000 to start. When I first started promoting, all the way down to 3,800. And I'm going to share with you some cool things about doing a launch on Amazon. And of course, I'm going to also be revealing my saving grace for learning all this stuff, as well as how I kind of did myself a huge disservice and how I actually made more mistakes than not, and now how I'm paying for it. Okay, that's what we're going to talk about. We're going to show you how I'm kind of paying for that now, and how you can avoid what I did, which is, in my opinion, a very very costly mistake that I made. But that's why I'm going to reveal it to you. Yeah, Seb, of course. Thank you for being here. And so, yeah, when I started doing this, I thought to myself, you know what? I've always wanted to write a book, and I already have books in Amazon currently right now. One is YouTube Revealed. Another is called Marketing for Internet Infants. And then this one is called Build Your Audience with Live Video. And I had a lot of this written already, but I had this problem of I didn't have it all done. It wasn't all edited together yet. So I was trying to figure out how to do this. And I was also trying to figure out how I could promote it to incentivize people to buy it. And then of course, how I could then get ranking from that. So that's really what we're going to be discussing here. What I'd like to do first is kind of show you what the book looks like so you can kind of see the page, okay? And chances are you may have already come through to the book itself. You know, maybe you've already done that. I'm not sure. And so now, you know, you'll be able to see where it is and how it's kind of right now in this limbo state, and that's where it's at the moment. So let me share my screen for a quick second here. Okay, so let me come back over here and let's share desktop 2. Get that. Okay, desktop 2. There we go. Start sharing screen. So you should see my screen right now. Yeah? Do you see it? Okay, let me zoom in on this. Let's see if I can bring this down a bit. Looks like they're not letting me bring it down, but it's neither here nor there. This is what the book is, and this is what I have listed in Amazon. So I want to tell you, I first started out, and here's just a couple things. I first started out with this listed at $297 because I had in my mind that I was going to offer up an incentive for people to buy my book, and I did, and I still do. And in fact, you can click down here, and you can see right here it says, when you pick up this book, you automatically get access to a live training all about tips and gear for live streaming out to your community, right? And so inside the book, when you buy the book, at the end of the book, I have that accessibility, right? And it's an incentive. It's definitely an incentive to get people to purchase. I mean, it really is. And then I dropped it down to 99 cents because I wanted to see if that would change any of the traction I was getting, and it kind of did. But at the same time, at that point, I was losing the ability to figure out, you know, where I was being ranked. So let me just quickly show you what I have here. So Amazon bestsellers, and this is something that most people don't show you, okay? This is something you normally would have to pay for, but I wanted to share it with you guys so you can kind of understand this process and know how you can, you know, start ranking on your own. And start ranking on your own books that you upload to Amazon. But the goal of this call was to make sure you do it right, because that's the problem, is that if you don't do it right the first time, you could end up like me, okay? And where I've had a lot of sales, I'm still not showing a bestseller status. And I'm going to share why. And as I said, this is a cautionary tale. So I'm going to share why I wasn't able to get to the bestseller status, but how you can, okay? But even though my ranking right here is pretty amazing, like this is really good, and you normally won't find ranking like this for a non-bestseller. And I am in this kind of limbo state for the moment. Now, maybe I need more sales for today. I'm not sure. And if that's the case, maybe I'll, incentivize you guys to kind of come on through, but for 99 cents to come in there. But there are more reasons as to why, and I'm going to share that right now. So just taking my sip of water here. So I started putting this book together about a week ago, and at the time, as I said, I only had about 40 pages done. And since then, I uploaded it to Amazon and made the format proper for Amazon. I created a book cover, right? Well, I didn't create it. A community that I'm a part of created the book cover, and I uploaded this guy. So let me quickly show you, right out of the gate, kind of what you can do. But at the same time, I'd really love to know if you've ever done your own, if you've ever put a book on Amazon. Go ahead and put that in the chat box below. If you've ever put a book on Amazon or have thought about putting a book on Amazon, I'd love to know. So go ahead and pop that in, and do let me know if you have or have not. Okay, so what I'm going to share with you right now is a little bit of how you can track stats, how you can actually search for Amazon bestsellers, okay? Because this is going to be pretty important as to how to become a bestseller, because you first need to know how to get ranked as a bestseller. So very first thing I'm going to do is come over to Google, okay? And I'm going to type in marketing bestsellers, best Amazon bestseller. Now, oftentimes you might think that you would go into Amazon to check the Amazon bestsellers, but no, you'd actually go in here to Google and then go down to right here where it is best-selling books in marketing and things like that, right? So here we are in the marketing and sales area, and it's all under this major category of business and money. Do you see that? You should be able to see that. And if I need to zoom in, I will. Let me just zoom in for you guys so you can kind of see where I'm at. Okay. Okay, so here's how this stuff works. So you can always find a subcategory to get ranked in that has a low ranking or a ranking that you could potentially beat out. So let me quickly show you what I mean here. Let's go to sales and selling. Okay. Actually, let's go into marketing. And let's go to global marketing. All right, now global marketing, this is a category, okay? It's essentially under business and money, and it's called global marketing. Now here's how this works. What I can do is go to the #1 bestseller, okay, which is this one. Let's open it up. It's called the 22 Immutable Laws of Marketing. Nice. And it was written, I think, a long time ago, wasn't it? It's got the #1 bestseller, of course, right there. And if we scroll down, we'll see where it's ranked in Amazon best-selling books. So check this out. Remember how I told you, and we just looked at how mine said 3,800? Well, technically, I beat this book out, and I should be in the #1 slot because I beat this book out by 3,000 slots, okay? But I screwed up in the beginning and I didn't do things the right way, okay? And this is kind of what my cautionary is all about. I'm gonna make sure that you don't have the same problem, okay? All right? That's really the goal here for you, is to not have the same problem or issue that I had. I'm trying to see. Okay, there we go. That's better. So you can probably see that a bit more, right? Okay, so here's how this works. There's also something cool where you can test out and see how many books you have to sell in order to get a bestseller ranked. So let me quickly show you something. So 6,490. Okay, that's his ranking. So let's go into Google again and go type in Kindle calculator. Okay, and write these down if you don't know what these are or never heard of them. KDPC calculator is where you're going to go. And what it's going to do is, this is really cool because it tells you, based on the ranking of the seller, how many books they have to sell a day. 10 to 30 books per day is what you have to sell in order to beat that person out. So technically, you could become a bestseller, and maybe do global marketing, international marketing, right? Become a bestseller and beat the 22 immutable laws of marketing out. All you have to do is sell at least 10 books a day, okay? All right. Now, let's look at mine, because mine is way better, and go back into the calculator here. Submit. Now, mine might be actually the same number, but more on the higher end. So it looks like it's about the same. To be able to get that, you'd still need to do about 10 to 30 per, and that's what I was doing. That's what I've been doing when I started this. I've been doing a consistent number for the last 2 days, right? And that's why my Amazon ranking is pretty good. And it fluctuates all the time, though. I mean, like if I click here, I bet this could have now changed to, okay, well, now it's still the same. That's nice. Okay. But sometimes it does change. Like it could go to 4,000. And it's the way, here's the very key goal here. The way to get a bestseller status is to prepare for it. Okay, that's the biggest thing I can say. It's to prepare for it, because it doesn't take much to get a bestseller status. You could sell only 10 books a day, and maybe you're thinking, I need to sell 100 books a day. Maybe you had this misconception that you had to sell a ton of books. It's not the case. You can sell 10 books and still get a bestseller status. But again, I'm a cautionary tale, and I messed this process up. And I would be a bestseller in several different categories, all these categories, if I had done this the right way. And I had to figure out, my problem was that I was given a resource and tool to learn how to do this, but I just didn't do it right. And I didn't get into the tool enough. Okay. And that was my fault. That's kind of my pride, and it kind of threw things off. And that's why I'm at a point where I'm at. Now, it could be that if I can sell more, if I can make more sales and continue down this path, I might be able to have all these categories that I just got re-ranked for literally just now. I might be able to get them, to get into the first page, into the first slot. But what happens is, generally speaking, they show up right here. And the problem is that I did, this is what I did that was really stupid, is that I reset the button, so to speak. I was in the third slot for getting ranked, and I then reset the button because I thought I needed to, and then it completely threw things off. And I'll show you what I mean here. Let me just quickly go into finding this image. Okay, hold on one second. And it's going to come clear to you once I start doing more of this, okay? So do you see, I don't think you see this right at the moment. Hold on one second. Hold on. How do I get this down? Okay, there we go. So let me quickly show you, and I apologize if you can hear a singer next door. She's singing her heart out right now. So here we go. You can see that this was my status yesterday. Okay, I was number 3 in business mentoring and coaching. But then what I did, this is what I did wrong. Before this started happening, I had heard that I could do something super cool inside my Kindle to where I could do what's called uncategorizing my categories, meaning that I could choose no category, but then email Amazon and have them choose a category for me. So I did that, but only after I had already picked my categories. And so I went from having my categories selected to now removing them. And while that was happening, I was getting ranking. And as soon as, here's the kind of the gut punch, as soon as I was almost to bestseller status, the categories went to uncategorized. And then it took me away from these categories that I had preset. So this is my cautionary tale is, if you're going to do this, do it right the first time. And I'm going to kind of share with you a couple of things that you can do the first time out, as well as obviously a community that I started learning this from. And I really wish I had gone through all the training in this community before kind of doing what I did. And just to be completely transparent with you, the community is Publish and Profit, and it's Mike Koenig's community and product, all about how to get a bestseller on Amazon, how to get yourself published. They take you through everything, and I rushed it, and I didn't watch all of the videos, and I didn't go through the training, and it kind of screwed me, right? And that's where I'm at the moment. And maybe things will change, but I don't want that to happen to you. If you're someone serious about this, if you're someone serious about trying to get the bestseller status, you can certainly do it very, very easily. And you don't have to sell that many books. You could sell 10 books, 10 to 30 books for the next 2 days, 3 days, and then get that status. It's all about the categories you choose. All right, it's all about the categories you choose. So now that I showed you this, let me show you this idea of categories, because remember how I mentioned that you need to get right here, if you get a decent ranking, or you can beat out a certain ranking, then you can jump into a category. So if you are on this page, and let's say you do have a book, please let me know what your niche is, because I want to do a search for you right now. Okay. I want to do a search for you if you have a book already, a niche, so we can see if you can knock out other books. Okay, if you can get to a #1 bestseller status. So be active. Right now, what's going to happen is you're going to see my bonus package for Publish and Profit. You don't have to click that yet. You don't have to come into that yet. That's the membership site and the community that I joined in order to learn all this stuff. Okay, so you don't have to click that yet. Let's do some training first, and then you can click on through. Okay, if it's something that you want to take advantage of. But very first thing I want you to do is I want you to list out your niche. And I will do a search to see what we can find in as a category that you can get your book listed and ranked at. Okay, and I've gone through this stuff, through Publish and Profit, and I figured out how to do some of this. But unfortunately, I did it after the fact. I didn't do it right away. I didn't take enough time to learn how to do this stuff initially, and it bit me in the butt, so to speak. So if you are here, go ahead and put your niche in and let me do a search for you. Okay. So as soon as I see one, I'll use that. But before I do that, I'll look at my own ranking so you can kind of understand how it works. So again, we go to here, right? I remember I checked for bestsellers in marketing, right? And let's say I were to go into business and money, okay? And I jumped down to, let's see, small business and entrepreneurship, okay? And from there, let's say I go to marketing, right? Okay, now I'm in marketing, but now let's check out even more. Let's go to consulting. Okay, now we're in consulting, and let's check out this book. Okay, so this is under business and money, under small business and entrepreneurship, and it's shown under consulting. So let me click on this bestseller book. Okay, that's the #1 bestseller status. Let's click on that book. And let me scroll down. Now, did we click on this book already? Okay, no, I don't think so, not yet. So you can see here that this has a bestseller ranking 1,390. So this one would be very difficult to compete with. You don't want to compete in this category because this is their bestseller status, right? The lower the number, the better, and it's harder for you to compete in that number. So we would actually not go for that. We would go for something else. So let's try entrepreneurship. And I think this one's pretty good too. So let's scroll down here and see where this one's at. Yeah, this is number 33. So this would also be a bad category to try to get into. So let's now try home-based. Okay, now that's obviously Think and Grow Rich. Right? Let's jump back to business and money, and let's go to management and leadership. Let me click on this one, Harvard Thoughts. Okay, let me see, where are we at here? Maybe I passed it already. I don't see the listing here. No, I don't see it there. So let's go back. Sorry if you hear the girl singing. I have someone singing next door. Let's go back into small business. Let's go into new business enterprises. Let's try this one. Okay, nonprofit organizations and charities. Let me just check this one out for a second. Okay, so this one has 9,684, right? And they are #1 in this category. But this is actually a number that you can beat out. And you only need about 10 books a day, right? 10 sales a day on your book. And your book doesn't have to be $20. And it doesn't have to be $86 as well, right? Now this person, they're probably, this is how they make money, but you can list your book for $2.97 or 99 cents and do a launch of your book. And you could potentially even use something like Easy Webinar to bring people into your book and have them buy the book for a low price, and then maybe bring them into a training where then you can sell them into a higher course, let's say, right? So I want you to start thinking outside the box of how you can actually promote your book. But there is a timed system for doing this, okay? All right, there is a timed system for doing this. So for instance, this is how it would go. Let me just quickly go in and open up a new Keynote because I want to quickly show you something. Choose. Okay, and let's do this. So Do you see my my keynote right now? You should be able to see it. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, cool. So very first thing you're going to do is, before you even, here's the key to everything. Before you even upload your book to Amazon, figure out your categories. Okay. Very important. Figure out your categories before uploading to Amazon, before uploading your book to Amazon. Very first thing you want to do, all right? Figure out your categories before uploading your book. Then choose a time for a promotion of your book. Do you understand what I mean by promotion? This is obviously like a launch schedule, okay? I mean, essentially, figure out a launch schedule. When are you going to launch your book? And window, okay? That's what you want to figure out when you're doing this. Choose a time for promoting. Then you're going to want to decide what platform okay? What platform are you going to use? Now, I have done, and you've probably seen this, I have done various things. One is, one type of thing that you can do to promote your book is do a contest, right? Just like I did. You saw that I had a contest going, right? Maybe you haven't. You probably have, though. You can run a contest and get people to share news of your contest, as well as have them buy your book to incentivize them to win prizes. And then, of course, you're going to want to have a reason for them to come through for the book. So what I do is I have a course, or I have a master class that I give to everyone who purchases my book. Incentive, okay? That's the name of the game here. So do a contest, or run a webinar event, okay? Like what we're doing, like a live webinar. Get people to come, okay? Have that event during a specific launch window. Okay, what this means is you're not going to always offer this up. This is something that you're only going to offer for a short period of time. So maybe you sell the book, $2.97. Sell the book, 97 cents for that, and that additional gift should have an intrinsic value. It should be something of value. You don't want to send them into something that's garbage. Like, for instance, everybody who bought my book is coming into a master class where I teach you how to do live streaming, right? So that's kind of like that's kind of an incentive, okay? And this is what I figured out. This is what I didn't do right. Okay, now I did sell a contest. Now I'm running a webinar, and I write to sell and then offer a gift, right? But here's the problem: is that there is a step-by-step way of doing each of these steps. Okay, You can't do them all at one time. So you would want to figure out first what your categories are. Let's say you just finished your book. Are you going to upload it right away? No. Right now, you're going to figure out what categories you should be getting ranked for that bestseller listing for, okay? Then you decide how you're going to promote it. Are you going to promote it using a contest, let's say, just like what I'm doing, okay? And I'm using contest domination, okay, for my contest software. Or do you want to run a webinar event? I'm using, of course, Easy Webinar, right? And then I have my gift. So once I decide these things, now it's time to upload my book. It's time to upload my book to Amazon. And while I'm uploading my book, this is when I list my categories and make sure that I have certain factors included in my upload. Okay, so this is when you're going to upload the book. Now, here's the thing. You upload the book, but then Amazon isn't going to approve it for the next, isn't going to approve it probably for the next 12 hours. It will take 12 hours to get an approval from and here's the deal, all right? Expect to do this. As soon as this 12 hours is over, you're going to want to start your promotion, okay? As soon as it's over, you're going to want to start your promotion. And this is something that I did not do, okay? This is one of several things I didn't do. I didn't start my promotion right away. In fact, I uploaded my book. And let me just build your audience. I uploaded my book on the 11th of October and didn't market it until the 17th of October. Actually, today is the 18th. Yeah, so I didn't start promoting it till the 17th of October. Okay, and what that did is that limited my my traction. All right. The idea is that you want to start building up traction right out of the gate. Okay, and don't upload your book and start editing it and tweaking it over and over again, because that's one way for damage. And that's one of the other things that I've done. I uploaded my book on the 11th, and then I retweaked it 3 to 4 times after I uploaded it. So here's the problem with that. And you can, of course, do this at any moment. Just be aware of it. But the best thing to do is, if you want to get bestseller status, make sure that you focus on getting bestseller status first, and then you can go back in and tweak your book. Okay, because I went and tweaked my book while all this was happening. Incidentally, what I will do right now is I will put the ability to get the book, if you want, in the comments here. Okay, so below this video and below the publish and profit information, you can pick up the book if you want to. Okay, because I'm actually tempted to see that now that I've kind of gone in and reset categories again, okay, and they just reset them again, if the problem is I need to get more sales for today. Yeah, Ed is right. Ed said, oops, I didn't know about promoting right away. And I get that. I hear you. I didn't know about it either until I joined an amazing community of people who helped me figure out how to do all this stuff. And they actually helped me figure out how to pick myself back up and and still get really good ranking. Like, I'm not sure, I might still get bestseller ranking. I'm not totally sure yet, but I botched this up yesterday. I botched it up the day before. And while I botched it, I was still selling a decent amount of books and going from where it said 22,000 for a ranking now to 3,800. But now, so here's the thing. Let's look at this for a second. Here's my Amazon page. I just created this recently, right? These are kind of the books I have and stuff like that. Let me show you something about this book right here. YouTube Revealed. This is a book I have, right? This is the bestseller ranking for that book. Almost 1 million. That means 1 million other books are beating me out for this book. And this is how far away you can be from being a bestseller in Amazon. I mean, there's a lot of books out there that aren't getting or collecting steam. But most people believe that you have to sell a gazillion books in order to do well. And it's not the case at all. Okay, it's not actually the case. And it's just funny that, you know, this book has a superior ranking, and in fact a ranking that will equivocate it to being multiple bestsellers in various categories. But because I botched this up and removed all my categories and then had them put back in, I'm not seeing ranking. And it could be that I need to make more sales now that my categories are back. I'm not really sure. I'm actually not sure. And I stress that it's important to do this the right way out of the gate. And you can stumble a little. It's fine if you stumble, but you don't want to do some of the major stumbling that I did, because the major stumbling will get you in trouble. Okay. But I don't know yet where I'm going to be. I mean, this is a really good ranking, and at least I have that going for me. But what you normally see is all the bestseller ranking under here. And this is what I saw yesterday. I saw at the end of the day, I was at number 3 at around 7 p.m. and number 5 and number 7 in 3 different categories, major categories. But then because I went in and reset my categories because I thought that I had to, I lost them all. Okay, now that's another thing I want to tell you about very quickly. So let me go in and share with you some things, okay? Now you should see my screen, right? You see this? Okay. This is where you upload a book, okay? You go to, kdp.amazon.com or go to Google and type in KDP, which is Kindle Direct Publishing. And you'd start uploading your book, right? You put your name, the book name, the subtitle of the book. If this is a series, and I decided to make this a series because mine is so short, right? And then of course, here's the description of my book. I'm the contributor. And then you kind of go through this process where you verify your publishing rights. Yes, I'm the main person that's going to do this. And then here's a very big thing here. This is the meat of this right here. Most of us, what we do is we go in and we add categories, but the categories that Amazon give us are these big general search categories, which are important, but if you're trying to get ranking in Kindle, there are different steps to take. And I can't go into all those steps because I don't actually remember them. And I would have to go into the course, Mike's course, to actually refresh how to do all this. But the idea of this is that these are major categories, right? And that's what I chose when I went out, the first time. And I was getting, I almost made it to number 1 in mentoring and coaching before these were removed. And I was the one that removed them, people. I clicked this X and clicked this X, right? And I removed them and turned them into non-classifiable, okay? Because what I did was I didn't want them to get ranked in these major these kind of overview categories. I wanted to get very specific, and so, but what I did was I didn't start this process as soon as I published my book. Okay, I already chose these categories prior to publishing my book. Okay, and then I went back and unselected them, and by doing that, I removed all of the juice, let's say, I was getting from the sales and getting ranked in these categories. So now I've kind of started fresh, unfortunately. So if I had to say anything, I would say this, that you have to start with doing it the right way, okay? And that's really kind of the most important thing I could ever tell you, that it needs to be done the right way, okay? Are there any questions on this, what I'm sharing with you, or what we're doing? You can go ahead and put it in the chat box below if there's any questions on what I'm kind of sharing, and you know, feel free to list that out. And I did notice that Ed Oakley said, oops, I didn't even know about promoting right away. Bummer, right? I talked about that. So it looks like Ed has a book called Life's New Game, and he hasn't promoted it yet. So you're going to do a 3-day. I see what you. So Ed has an idea. He's going to do a 3-day free to invite reviews, which are very important. So for the next 3 days, he'll say you can do. He'll bring people in to read the book and review the book at no cost, right? And that's important because then you get more reviews. Now you'll see that I have 7 reviews, right? All of these reviews are verified purchases, and these are important too. Having a verified purchase is, you know, someone's bought it and now they've watched it, and that's kind of a really important element in your reviews to get some good ranking. Another couple things I'd like to mention here are, you know, did you know that there are different Amazon bookstores for different countries? Let me quickly show you something. Here is, no, that was wrong. Amazon.uk.com. Okay, well, let me put in, let me go to Kindle. And let's type in build your audience. Okay, actually, let's go Amazon UK. I don't think I see it here, but there are different. Here it is. There are different stores. This is Amazon UK. So if we go in, here's something interesting. And now I go to build your audience, because here's my book, and you'll notice something, that in the UK I have a customer review, which is interesting. Okay, and also my ranking is completely different. Right? Check it out. I have 6,863 is my ranking in the UK store versus my 3,800, which is in the United States store, right? So one of the things is that when you are doing a worldwide audience, what they're going to do is Amazon's going to send anybody from the UK. Once they try to click, it's going to redirect them into here. And something you should know is that, unfortunately, I think that if someone buys from the UK, sorry guys, the dogs are barking. If someone buys from the UK, they're going to add a customer review to here, and it's not going to go to your United States review. Okay, so just be aware of that. Just be aware of that happens. Okay, so let me go back in here. So anyway, the categories. One of the biggest things you want to do right out of the gate. Okay, and when you're searching for categories, you're going to want to search for, like I just showed you, using Amazon bestsellers. Go to Google and type in Amazon bestseller and whatever your niche is, and see what other books are doing and what they're ranking at. Okay, because those are the categories you want. But the question is, how do you get those categories when these are the categories that you are given by Amazon? Well, there's a way to do it, and you have to go through a process of removing these categories, uncategorizing these, and then getting and deciding new categories. Okay, and all this stuff I didn't know anything about. I had no idea about any of this stuff, and I was just kind of winging it. And then what I did was, unfortunately, I went back after the fact and changed my categories around, and then messed myself up even more. So the thing is, once you choose your categories, stick with your categories. That's what I'm going to say to you. Once you choose your categories, stick with your categories, because if it can affect how much ranking you get if you change your categories in midstream, right? You don't want to do that. Okay. So just think about that. Okay, so let me go into reports for a quick second, because as I said, I haven't had a ton of sales. Today I've had 30 sales. Yesterday I had 37. Okay, and I'm not sure where this is going to end up, because this is at the high end of what you need in order to kind of get really good bestseller ranking. It's only 30 sales, only 30. I mean, you could probably do that, right? But if you do it in one day, you could get 30 sales in one day, okay? And by getting 30 sales in one day, you could beat out so many of those categories that I just shared with you, okay? And again, if you remember, this is how I promoted this book. And I started off at $297, and then I gave, I'm incentivizing people a couple different ways. I'm incentivizing them by saying, first, you get access to my training. Okay, you can win these prizes, but you have to share news and you have to buy the book. And then, of course, when people come through and enter their name and email, Greg at Casey. They are brought through, and then they, of course, come into, I'm going to skip this step. I'm going to continue to get the book. They come into here, okay, where they can buy the book. And this is a very effective way to do it. I was using Contest Domination for this, okay? That's the company that I'm using, Contest Domination. It'll tell me a lot of cool stuff. It'll tell me, how many leads I've gotten, and I can follow up with those leads later on. And I have this all tagged into my Infusionsoft as well. Okay, so let me go back in up here. Okay, so, and again, the other way to do that, as I already mentioned, was you can set, do a webinar and promote that way, right? So your promotion is a major part of that. And here's the thing, I didn't have any of this knowledge, and as I said, I botched all this up because I didn't go in and learn every step that these guys teach in Publish and Profit, okay? Because Publish and Profit, they take you through the process of not only how to prepare your book, how to actually get it up, and also kind of some things that you need to do to incentivize, but how to get it to perform, right? And then how to get it published the right way, because this is a big factor here, right? And not only that, but you learn how to create a physical book, You learn the power of doing a physical book as well as doing a digital at the same time, and how they both can be in Kindle separately. And then you learn how to promote it. And what's cool about these guys is they do everything for you. They were the ones that created this book cover and a few other options. They created 3 to 4 different book covers for me, and it was all a part of the package when I got the system. Not only did they do that, but they have this book selling machine, which is literally a landing page for your book. And even Amazon suggests you do that. Amazon suggests you create a like an author page, right? Now they give you this, but this isn't really, an author page. The best way to do it is to use the system that these guys have created, and use their author pages that they create. And this is like literally what it looks like. You could probably see this, that it's like, yeah, do you see this? Book selling machine, and it has, Mike about the author, all the information you're going to need to know, and you can get it on Amazon or Barnes and Noble, right? And this is kind of, this is one of the things you guys get with Publish and Profit. I mean, it's an amazing addition to what you're already getting with the course. The training of the course is invaluable, especially if you're trying to not confuse yourself and mess up this process. I mean, here's the thing. The reason this is so important is because once you get a bestseller status, you are writing your own ticket. And the other thing is that once you understand the system, you can replicate this system over and over again. And that's what Mike has done. He's done this 7 times, I think. He's now a best-selling author 7 times on Amazon. And you can do this over and over again, and it doesn't have to take that long. With me, it only took about a week to get the book up and then to get it marketed out there. So just realize that I'll probably do this again for another book. And the whole intention behind this is that I want to write a book for a major publisher. Okay, this is the reason I'm doing this, is to get enough clout and status so that I can actually get a book deal later on. Okay, that's my goal. My goal is to get a book deal, but publishers won't initially, they're not going to just give you a book deal just because you're on Amazon. Okay, they want to see a track record. So if you could do 5 books, or even for 5 to 7 books on Amazon showing that you get bestseller position every single time, they will say, and look at that, he's got an audience, he's got people that are buying. Let's talk to him. And this is really what agents want to see. Agents and publishers, this is what they want to see. They want to see that you're not joking around here. And I'm telling you right now that this program is the best resource for getting this bestseller status. I mean, I should have bestseller status, guys. I should already be there, okay? And it's because I did not go through these videos right away, and I had access to this. It's like so stupid. I had access to all this information, and I just didn't take advantage of it because I was like, oh, I can do this myself. I'm smart enough to handle all this information myself. I could do this, right? And I just piecemealed it together. I would take one video, and I didn't watch all the videos right away. Like, I should have watched all these videos right here. And even the more important element to that is I did not start talking to the community inside Facebook until later on. Okay, this community is the reason I was even able to get to where I'm at. Because here's the thing, these guys bought my book for me. This is what helps each other out to get the best-selling position. Okay, like here, let me just show you. Now, I actually haven't gone into that one, but it's very active, like 13 comments right there, 7 comments here. You have people that are saying, you know, they just bought, watch, let me go in here, right here. Got mine, got it. This is me showing them my third position right there. And it's just super active. And a lot of these people, Rob right here, bestseller. Winnie, bestseller. Mike Lemoyne, bestseller. And it's from going through this process with these guys. I mean, this is the thing. I don't normally, I mean, I haven't been in a course that was so dead on with getting things accomplished as this one. Like, everybody who comes into this course should be able to become a New York Times bestseller. I'm sorry, a bestseller on Amazon, as long as you follow the system. See, here are some more people that just bought the book, right? Candace bought the book, Terry bought the book, David bought the book, and it goes on and on. And even they were even helping me with my clients' books, right? My client had a book, and the title was So-So, and these guys actually helped me to figure out the book title to make sure it was, it was good enough. But here's the thing: is like that. This is the training you get inside Publish and Profit. All right. So if you're a business right now, if you're a small business owner, an entrepreneur, someone who's really super serious about your business, and you want to get that social status, and start having people kind of come to you and get into those categories that people are actually searching for, then this is the perfect course, the perfect platform to come into to start learning this stuff. There's no hype in it. I mean, I'm being dead serious that, you know, I would not have gotten I wouldn't have gotten this ranking, which is some of the best. I mean, this ranking beats out a ton of people. This ranking beats out a lot of people in this group. Okay. Like, for instance, let's go in here. Let's see here. I want to go into this guy, personal online promotion. So let's type in personal online promotions. Let's just type him in. Here he is, right? He got this yesterday, by the way, and it's pre-sold. You see, it's going to be launched December 15th, right? He sold it without having written it, and he got a bestseller status without having written it. Okay? And it's pretty simple to do. And in fact, check this out. He's already got this. He already did number one in these 3 categories. And his ranking is already jumping back up. Look at this. He's at 13,886. Okay? And what that simply means is that he was able to get ranking quickly, but then started going back up. Now, I can beat this out. This is a ranking that I can totally beat out. If we go into advertising, he's still in this advertising slot, right? And as I mentioned, you know, once you get into this slot, you can keep it for a while, right? And unfortunately for me, I kind of mess things up a bit. Right? And I kind of have to deal with that. But, you know, it is what it is. But you can avoid that. I'm just saying that you are someone who can avoid that by not making the mistake I made. And you can start getting the ranking right away and get locked into your position. Okay? So anyway, this is what I learned from Publish and Profit. And this is what I gained from the community inside their Facebook group. Their Facebook group is just, I mean, these guys, everybody was so helpful, and they helped me to get, a higher status as well. Okay. So I would definitely, be recommending to as soon as you do come into this, if you come into this, come into the community here. Okay, I want to just finish up by mentioning my particular bonuses, because I feel like these are really important for what we're talking about, and as well as if you're really serious about doing something like this, then you're going to need these tools, and we could. And then, of course, we can work together to try to make, to try to help you with your book launch. All right. Now, you probably have heard about my LaunchStream coaching program, which essentially is my 4 steps to the event launch blueprint. It's how to launch a product. And we have a bestseller in there, Sonia Ramsey, who's a bestseller, and she was able to. She uses our 4-step system to essentially promote her book. Okay, and here's what you get with me. Okay, so I'm going to go into detail. Everybody gets my first bonus, which is my book launch case study. Okay, now this is me going deeper than I've gone. Okay, today I kind of shared with you what a couple things. I shared with you a couple things that you should know, but when you get this product, you and I will, and the rest of the people that buy the product will go and do a really, really advanced case study that also turns out to be a Q&A session, to where I'll take your hand and we'll go and we'll look at how to rank your book and look at categories and things like that. The second bonus is a coaching with me personally, okay? Because this is where we will talk about a strategy for launching, all right? A strategy for launching. This is valued at about $750 because that's what my coaching is generally at. When I do a 30-minute session, it's $750. And when you come in, you get me and we strategize. We strategize heavy as to what we could do to get your book launched. And if you want to talk about other launches, not just your book, but here's the cool thing. If you write a book, your book can be a part of your launch. So I want you to start thinking about that your book can actually be a part of your launch. Okay? All right? Here, I'll just pull these up so you can see these bonuses, but you're probably seeing them below anyway. Okay? Okay. The third bonus is access to the archived session of my coaching program, LaunchStream. Now, this is where you will get full access to the archived version of the first session of LaunchStream. This is valued at about $1,550 because this is what our students pay to come into the program. You'll learn how to repurpose your content. You'll also get how to profit with live webinars, how to profit from automated webinars, and the perfect setup for your event replays to maximize profit. This will teach you essentially, how to launch any product using online events. And this program is, I charge for this separately for my students. So, if you're smart, you would come in and just take advantage of the archive sessions so that you can understand how to do all this, how to set up a live event, a rebroadcast event, a replay event, an automated event, and how to use all of those as a way to position yourself and sell your product and make more money from the process. Okay? That's valued at $1,500 plus. And then finally, and many of you probably already have Easy Webinar at the software, but I'm going to throw in another license, the Unlimited Site license, but I'm going to throw it in with an automatic update to our 4.0 version of Easy Webinar. Now, I don't know if you know about our 4.0 version, but it's coming out pretty soon, and it's going to be available for pre-sale to our customers, our existing customers first, and it's going to be at a discount. Okay? And it essentially has new templates and a few cool new features. But the new templates are essentially a new template library and we're going to be rolling in new templates all the time. But these new templates, they're very cool. Some of them are two-step opt-in processes. Some of them, one of them has a double presenter option. So this is going to be, it's going to be pretty awesome once 4.0 comes out. But you get the automatic, you get a full license when you get this system, and you get the 4.0 upgrade. And if you're an existing license owner, here's the deal: you can get an entirely new account or gift that account to someone else. So once you buy this product, Publish and Profit, what you're going to do is you're going to send me a proof of receipt to my help desk, and then we are going to get you all the bonuses. So you're going to get, first, we're going to set you up manually to get a copy of Easy Webinar. You can assign that to somebody. So I'll probably ask you, if you have Easy Webinar already, please tell me who you want to assign it to. I will also get you manually set up with LaunchStream. And then you and I will start working on getting our one-on-one coaching session set up, as well as an invite to our live training all about my book launching case study. Okay, so very quickly, let me actually do this. I want to get to you so let me go into my home, manage. Okay. And I want to give you the link. So here's the link. And what you can do is just go to send us a ticket. Okay. So let me just drop that in. Hold on one second. Let me see if I can find where we were here. Okay, that's not it. Okay, there's that. Hold on one second. I'm trying to find the page that we were just at. I think it's right here. No. Where did you go? Oh, it's right here. Hold on one second, everybody. Sorry about that. Let's just go into Easy Webinar because I can't seem to find this now. So let me log back in. Sign in. Dashboard. Hold on. Almost there. Be patient. Okay. Here we go. Okay, so I'm back in the room. And let me just put the link here, okay? Let me sign back in. Okay, so this is the help desk. This is the help desk URL. And once you purchase this product, you are going to send us the help desk. Okay, so first you are going to purchase the product, and I'll put this in the chat box below so you can see it. Go to caseyzemanonline.com/publish and profit. Okay, copy, and I'll put this over here too. Okay, it's caseyzemanonline.com, publish and profit, to get the course, and then send proof of purchase here. Okay. All right, so now you should see that. All right. Yeah, everybody see that? Should be able to see that, right? Okay. Okay, and once you come through, you'll get access to all these bonuses that I have for you. All right. You'll be able to get the bonuses that we have ready for you, ready to go for you. Okay. All right. So, are there any questions at all about what I've talked about, and about Publish and Profit, the course? Okay, the actual course itself. Any question on this particular course? And go ahead. You ask away. And again, as I said, if you do have any questions, I can get to them and respond to you. But if you don't have any questions and you are someone who hasn't gotten that bestseller status and you want to get that bestseller status, this is going to be the course that'll do it. It will be the accountability factor, plus you'll be able to access all of our bonuses. So, the bonuses are a big point of this. I would definitely recommend it if you want to take advantage of my 3,000, all the $3,000 worth of bonuses that I have rolled in. But here's the thing: all this ends tonight at midnight. Okay, and that's something I haven't said yet. Publish and Profit, the 6-pay option and a few other things, ends at midnight tonight. So unfortunately, there is not a lot of time to take action. So it would be now that you'd want to take action. Okay. Again, as I mentioned, I'm sorry that there's not a lot of time, but if you are someone who is serious about doing this, then now would be the time to come through and take action. And as I said, click this link, and it should bring you into Publish and Profit. It should bring you right into this page, and you can see that they have a 6-pay option right here, and a 3-pay option, and then of course the 1-pay option. And once you do, you're going to be into an awesome community, as well as an awesome training program that I made the mistake of not going through, and it cost me a bestseller position, even though I have an amazing ranking right now. Build your community. If it's changed at all. Actually, it's build your audience, right? Audience. Yeah. It's even lower now. Look, since we've talked, it's gone down by 300 places, meaning I'm now in a better position. And it's just sad that I'm not, the categories aren't being reflected right now. Isn't that sad? I feel so duped. But it's because it was my own fault. Okay? It's my own fault. So just be aware that you have control over these things. You just have to know how to do this stuff the right way. Okay? And if you want to make this happen, then you want to go in and get it done for yourself. Now, I'm competing in relatively high competitive categories because it's marketing. Everybody's doing a book in marketing, right? Of course, what's even more difficult to get ranking is sometimes fiction. Okay, so very quickly, the last thing I'll show you is I'll just show you a quick preview of my book so you can kind of understand what I'm doing here for an incentive. So at the end of the book, just quickly show you. Let's go to 421. Okay. Let me click go. Okay. And go back. So as you can see here, by the end of this, I tell people that you can come in and join me for a live event. And here's the cool thing, that this live event, if they come after the live event, I can make this into an automated webinar. So it's going to start on the 21st, right? Which is pretty soon, actually, that they'll be able to access in like 3 days, 19, 20, 21. Yeah. And then they'll be coming through. So that's the incentive that I give here. And I'm going to have it archived, and they'll just be able to watch it even if people come after the fact. So these are incentives to get people to join and buy your product, like this is going to be valued at about $197. This particular training, this mastermind, this master class. Okay, I'm going to talk about just tips on how to stream, as well as how to look good to your audience and make an impression and earn more sales. Okay, so anyway, that's how I use it, and I would suggest that you consider using Amazon in the same way. Okay, so again, tonight is the deadline for Publish and Profit. I welcome you to come on through. If you're someone who wants to really position yourself as an expert in your field and have them come to you and not the other way around, it's time to come through into this program. So, okay, I'm going to end this broadcast, and if you have any other questions, please let me know. But chances are that you might maybe send me an email after the fact with questions. But let me go back into sharing me again. Okay, heidi ho. And as I said, now is the time to come on through if you haven't come through. It was one of the best investments I've made, and I just wish that I had paid more attention to it as soon as I got it. Okay, and that was the one thing I didn't do, is I didn't give it enough of my attention. Okay, enough of my, and it's CaseyZeman.online.com/publish and profit. Okay, that's how you can get access to the program itself. Okay, all right. So I think that's about it for me. Yeah, I think that's about it for me. Now, the final thing I will say is, if you haven't picked up the book, get my book, okay? Because I'm trying to figure out an experiment if I can, now that my categories are relisted, if I make sales now, if that will help the process, okay? So again, it's not like what I'm totally focused on, but here's the link for the book. If you haven't come through, you can pick up the book here, and you can come into our class that we're doing next week. But the bigger point of this is, if you are someone who wants to be an author, or if you're an existing author and you have a book that you need to dust off and actually get working right, or you're thinking about writing a book, this Publish and Profit is the right course to learn all this stuff from. So anyway, I just wanted to share my own personal story, my own personal experience with this course, my own personal experience with publishing on Amazon, and the limitations that I caused for myself. And my main goal is to not have you have that same problem occur for you, okay? That's my only goal, all right? That's my goal, because you can become a best-selling author. You just have to follow the system that they teach. So, all right, I will talk to everybody very soon. I'm gonna end this broadcast, and here's the thing. You don't have to leave, because as soon as this broadcast ends, it will take you into a live stream, okay? This is what I wanna ask you. It will take you into a live stream that Mike is doing right now, all about Publish and Profit, okay? All about Publish and Profit. You can ask questions in there, and you can get all the information you need by going into that live stream. He's doing it all day. I think probably right now, the Wolf of Wall Street is going, so you might want to see it. Jordan Belfort is in there right now. So I'm going to pass you guys into that room, and I hope to see you inside Publish and Profit tonight before the deadline at midnight. Okay, and now you have all the bonuses. So much love and appreciation. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.